sitting on the couches are the crew of the Kestrel.
Guys! Says Wynn, and moves to give Mr. Hurst a big old hug, and then moves around to give the others a hug.
I thought you guys were still at the hospital.
Max mutters under his breath to Jill, I told you you'd see your boyfriend sooner than you think.
Wait, my boyfriend. Wait, is Lachlan here?
Lachlan is indeed on one of the couches. He has a blanket in his lap and is holding a cane, but he is there and he raises a hand weakly. Everyone is there. Bonda, Hurst, Veli, Lachlan, Kara and Finn, and Dewey.
Our card catalog friend.
Yes.
Jill takes a step forward, freezes. Looks back at Max. Wait, it's okay? It's safe?
The servant nods and says, you're all... She nods instead of Max and says, in a very unservant-like way, and says, you're all clear.
She bolts.
There is a oof as you crash into Lachlan, and he's like, easy.
Oh, and she immediately jumps back. Sorry.
No, get back here, you idiot, and pulls her close and kisses her. Arturos, how do you respond to seeing the crew? Because you've had Wynn and Jill. How do you handle this?
Oh, he was immediately like, crew! And also went directly to Mr. Hurst.
Very good. Mr. Hurst gives Arturos and Wynn the biggest hugs. He doesn't pick you up like he usually does, but his arms are no less strong, and he holds you very close.
He gives the best hugs.
Great hug.
Hugs all around. There are hugs from Hurst and from Lachlan for everyone. Someone is sent to fetch Finn, who is apparently taken control of the kitchen.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
When he comes in, he immediately throws himself at you all. Kara is sitting in a corner reading, but she looks up and kind of sulkily nods at you all.
That's a hug from Kara.
That's a hug from Kara.
And even Bonda is cracking a smile.
Dewey's in the corner like,
there is not enough periodicals here.
No, there is the mentioned bookshelves. He's probably already organizing the bookshelves.
yeah, but he loves periodicals.
I mean, yes, but there are other... It's a card catalog friend. He likes books, too. We got him for books.
There is a lot of talking, but the gist of it is pretty much as soon as everyone left the hospital, other members of Max's guard started talking with Virus and other people there, and pretty much prepped everyone for leaving the moment Juliana was approved. As soon as a runner came from the High Council to the hospital, everyone was off. Just moving straight to the new lodgings, and they've had a day or so to settle in. It seems that after he woke up, Max put a lot of effort into preparing this very, very quickly.
Aww.
As this whole thing is discussed, he tries to play it off. He very clearly doesn't want to take credit for it, but I think Veli in particular, not bothering with the social nicety, says, Max, shut up. Stop trying to deny this. This is all your fault.
Wynn giggles.
Juliana will tear herself away from Lachlan's side long enough to approach Max and be like, hey, thank you so much.
He shrugs and says, well, I gotta get a start on making things right. I hope this is a beginning, at least.
She's actually gonna hug him.
Aw, that's cute. He hugs her back.
Yeah, it's a start.
Then you hear a wolf whistle from across the room and turn back, and Lachlan has a shit-eating grin on his face and says, get a room, you two.
Oh, you piece of shit! She will stalk back over to Lachlan to give him a very light punch in the arm.
Very good, very good.
And then worry that she gave him a punch in the arm.
He'll definitely notice you fretting and, brush it off.
I think Jill definitely keeps sneaking worried glances at Lachlan the whole time.
Understandable. I mean, he did cop it pretty bad.
Yeah, he was in a coma for 4 days.
It's fine. I'm sure everything will be okay.
I'm sure everything will be fine.
The evening passes. You are all fed, and there's a big dining room that you all have a raucous meal over. There is a lot of laughing, drinks are passed around. I definitely know Mr. Hurst will try and get Artie to sit next to him. and will definitely trade stories with you about the royal palace. Then I'll say Finn would be working on dinner. And what's weird is that he seems to be bossing Kara around a lot, and Kara is running plates for him.
Oh, delightful.
Indeed.
Yeah, I tried to get cooking lessons from Finn, and he shooed me out of the kitchen several times, so I can only imagine what he's like when there's actual staff he can boss around.
Yeah, right? He mostly bosses Kara around because the kitchen staff don't understand sign, least of all realm space sign.
Oh, she's kind of like his sous chef.
She's basically the sous chef interpreter for him.
Yeah. I can also imagine, like, I could also see Finn probably has, like, some kind of big fucking, like, cowbell or something to just sort of bang on when he wants everybody's attention.
He definitely has a bell, definitely has a board, and definitely will, like, set up Kara with orders and then have her ring the bell and get everyone to listen up.
Nice.
And I think Bondar will seem oddly drawn to Win and just kind of hang around her a lot over the course of this evening.
Win is happy and will kind of sit with Bondar and also kind of ring her for advice because she'll be like, okay, I've got 2 ways for us to get a ship, but what should I be looking for in a good ship? I don't necessarily know that we need to play that out in as much as Win gets advice from Bondar.
Sure.
Because I don't know anything about ships, and I will just insert that into my Win brain, as it's there.
Yeah. Everyone gets fed, and then nice, cool baths are drawn on this hot summer day.
Oh, thank God.
Afterwards, the sun sets as I imagine everyone catches up on events in the parlor and swaps stories. I don't have anything specifically planned for that night, but this is about the point where I can get into how the future of your stay here in the city will go. So if there are specifics you'd like to get into without a flashback, now is a great time for it. Otherwise, I can lead you to the beginning of the city life minigame.
Point of order, I do need to know what the prince and princess's sleeping arrangements are.
You definitely have the master bed. It is, again, a large bed. I think the bed itself is actually made of stone, but the mattress is of the finest quality.
Okay.
And that said, Max will definitely say, Jill, if you want to take the bed, I'll find a different room or take the floor.
That's the thing. They don't if they're in like a place that's totally on the open, they don't actually have to sleep in the same bed, do they?
They don't, no.
Hmm.
But if you want to practice for appearance's sake, we could sleep in the same bed.
Practice.
He rolls his eyes and says, for familiarity's sake, but you know what, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
You could practice
no,
kissing. You could practice holding hands. You can practice just saying little sweet things to each other in public.
So sleeping in the same bed breeds familiarity?
So I'm led to believe.
You don't know?
I'm not a relationship master here.
What? A relationship master? What is that? What is that? What are you saying? What
know.
are these words?
What I'm saying is, I don't think there are definitive studies that say, yes, here is peer-reviewed evidence that sleeping in the same bed brings you closer to someone. However...
Oh, your planet hasn't invented therapists, has it?
AO3 would beg to differ.
AO3 has a lot to say about, and there was only one bed.
Okay. I mean, they said they've already done up, like, all of the other rooms, right? Like, everything's already swapped, everything's already doled out.
Basically.
So what, you're gonna, like, sleep on a couch in your own house? Is this your house? I think this is your wedge, so it's probably your house?
Yes, this is my house.
Okay.
It's in my name, apparently.
Apparently? You don't know if you have houses in your name?
Let's not get sidetracked.
Okay. I don't know. Look, it's fine. It's fine. I don't want to make them like build a new bed or something. They're probably not as fast as that as like the people in the castle.
Indeed. Look, if you don't want to sleep in the same bed, I completely understand, and I'll go find another one. But if
No,
you're
it's-
open to it, it'd probably be easier to explain some things to other people.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, it's fine. Look, we'll see how this works, and if it sucks, we can figure something else out.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Sure.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. It's, you know what? It's fine. Also, how did you wake up this morning? How did you sleep? How did you wake up?
Oh, yeah, I slept very well. It was really nice. I haven't felt that, I don't know, comfortable in a long time, which is odd given that the bed was one they built on the spot.
Yeah. It was a cool bed. Did I wake you when I rolled out of it in the morning? Was that when you woke up?
I think so. Yeah, were
Cool.
you okay?
Cool. Yes, I'm super. I'm totally fine. Cool. Yep, that would definitely make a lot of sense if that's how you woke up was when I fell out of the bed and jerked all the blankets off. Yes, cool. Well, I probably won't be doing that again.
You're being weirdly
fine.
cagey.
How do you know? This is me normal.
Hmm.
I normal.
The most normal person ever.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes, I'm glad we agree that this is totally fine.
You can call me Norman Normalman.
Normie, Jilliana, Normie, Volkaran, apparently.
Excellent.
Normie is my middle name. I have one of those now too, and it's Normie.
So you two crack the night together in the same bed. You wake up. You're served breakfast in the dining room. It's a nice little affair. You find that over the course of the day, mostly you find Bondar and Hurst in the parlor. Hurst spends a lot of his time chatting with Dewey, and Bondar doesn't, she pretends she's not participating, but she does hang around there close. A lot of the time, Lachlan, when he's not, closely chatting with Jill, he'll sit around the back where Veli is actually working on a large kennel to fit a flail snail and a fence to keep Lawnmower in. And Lachlan just watches on and whittles. Finn typically is either in the kitchen or out shopping for ingredients, and either Kara is being bossed around by Finn or she has acquired a horse and is out a lot.
She's got a horse? There's a stables? We've got horses?
Well, horses brought your carriage here, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know we had a stables. Oh, horses!
You've discovered a stable. Fantastic. Stable unlocked.
Horses.
So this is what you work out. You have a little over a month until the coronation. You had hoped for 30 days, but a very auspicious date is at the end of next month, and it's the general hope to have the wedding that day.
The wedding?
Not the wedding, sorry. The coronation that day. Excuse me. So today is Kythorn 23. It is the third day of the week because, the day ends in 3. There are minor court events pretty much at the end of every 10 day, but the only ones you really need to worry about is there is a religious feast day on the 11th of next month, which is for the full moon. And at the end of the month, the end of next month, Flame Rule, is the big midsummer event. Birthday at midwinter, coronation at midsummer. How about that? And with that sorted, you all begin to sit down and plan what you are going to do for the next month. So what the players are looking at is a chart. This chart has a few different sections. On one side, it has each of the players' names with 2 counters that go from 0 to 10. And on the other side, there are 3 sections for the Royal Court, Vodon's Promise, and the Common Vidoni, and they go from 0 to 100. This is for our City Life minigame. I'm going to give the situation a bit of a quick rundown. I'll try not to go too into detail, and we'll learn as we go. This is a work in progress, and so this is very experimental.
Yeah, this is something that you've come up with yourself from the ground up.
I did. I composed this wholesale for the purpose of the game.
For the folks at home, we will be having some, we'll have some posts on our Patreon talking about this, so you can follow along with us.
Exactly. So the gist of it is like this. This is a mini game. It's not meant to be a full fleshed out game. It's designed to simulate living in a city or other region while managing your reputation with certain factions. It can be basically run by the players themselves. I need almost no input. It was designed that way. But there are basically a few scores that the players have to manage, and then actions in the game will juggle those scores. The group as a whole is going to track two things. One, the passage of time, and two, their reputation with individual factions. And then individual players will track two scores, their face and their stress. Their face is how composed they are, how good their public face is, and it affects how much reputation you gain with factions over the course of the game. And your stress is how hard this is affecting you, and it'll affect how much reputation you lose. A real quick rundown of what your average turn looks like is you break up your length of time, such as a 30-day stay in the city, into blocks of time. Think like days or nights in a Persona game, for instance. Then each of those blocks, players will perform actions. Those actions will gain reputation with factions based on their face, and lose reputation with opposing factions based on their stress. That's really the most simple way to put it. And then certain other factors will make them gain and lose face and gain and lose stress over the course of the game. Are you all okay with that just for now, and we'll work it out more as we play?
Yeah, we'll
Yep,
see how it
sounds
works
great.
in action.
Fantastic. That morning, over breakfast, Sybil sits down with you all, and she briefs you on the situation. So this is what we have to deal with right now. We have to keep the royal court happy, because if they're not happy, the moment Max takes the throne, someone else is going to assassinate him and try and take the throne in the same way.
Wait,
That is obviously a failed state and cannot be tolerated.
does that not... I thought you could only do that if you were like a... Oh, there are lots of people with blood claims to the throne, huh?
There are. This city is full of nobles.
And there's a whole house like yours that's got a direct blood link to the Volcaran family, yeah?
That is correct. If I found the right paperwork, even I could probably assassinate Max.
Please don't.
I'd rather not. And she looks sideways at Max and says, grown fond of the bastard. Max is lifting a spoon of porridge to his mouth, and he kind of raises it to her in a salute before he puts it in his face. The next thing we have to worry about is Vodon's promise. They're not happy with Max right now, and we need to keep them happy, or else the moment he's in power, they'll overthrow him, or worse, they will advance on their plans, kill him and the royal family before he can come to power and turn it over to them through normal channels. So it's really, really important that we keep both the royal court liking us and thinking that we are politically viable, but also that we don't upset Vodon's promise too much and keep them thinking that we are worth the trouble.
Do we have a point of contact for them? Is that Tabitha woman from the party, or is there somebody else?
Duchess Gorth said that someone would be in touch with us, so I'm assuming we'll receive a letter soon. Last of all, we have the common folk. Just people who are trying to put bread on the table and feed their kids. We're going to need to get them to like us too, because if we don't, they're going to side with Vodon's promise, and we'll be overrun anyway.
So keep two different groups happy and try to take care of everybody who's on the chopping block for this whole debacle and try to keep them from rioting?
More or less, yes.
Cool. Easy.
And how that's going to go maintained in a gameplay sense is that we have the Royal Court and Vodon's Promise. Their reputation is both at 40% right now. Every time one reputation goes up, The other is going to go down by a dice roll of that total amount. So players are going to have to juggle lifting them up and down. The common Vidoni won't go down when you do things for the Royal Court or Vodon's Promise, but it starts at 0.
Okay.
And your goal is to have all 3 stats over 60 by the end of the 30 days. The 60% is your 30-day threshold, but higher is better, of course, because then if you have accidents or problems, the impacts won't be such a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a lot to take in up front. This is front-loading a whole bunch of information. So we can put this aside for now, and I'll explain the rules as we go. Are there any questions for now?
Yes. But the Royal Court and the Vodoni's Promise kind of like balancing each other and doing that back and forth. And they're not affected by the common Vodoni, so working with the common people won't affect them either?
That's right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the Royal Court and Vodon's Promise are counterfactions, whereas the common Vodoni are their own group.
And I think I remember reading this in the rules that you gave us earlier. Reputation losses are done, like you said, by a die roll, so it's not necessarily going to be like gain 6, like, it's not going to be like gain 6, lose 6.
Basically, yeah.
It's like gain 6, lose 1d6 or something, so it's a little more random.
It's something like that, yeah. There's a few steps to it, and I could probably simplify it more, but I really wanted to implement a system to make sure you all take some fucking downtime, so
Yeah.
there is a stress counter as well.
Right.
Basically, every turn, doing something will boost your face. It will also increase your stress by a die roll of your face, and then reputation is gained for face and lost for stress, for 1d stress.
Okay.
But you'll see it all in action fairly soon.
Okay.
Because my guess is something will trigger an action just this morning. As you have your breakfast, a servant comes in and brings 2 letters. We're going to start with the first letter.
This letter is made of cheap rag paper and is folded into its own envelope. The outside has no seal, but is stamped with a symbol of a hand clutching a rope in red ink. Inside, the text is scribbled in a barely legible hand, but is extremely polite. The letter congratulates Her Royal Highness, the Princess Juliana Volcarin, on her confirmation and wishes her health and happiness. It invites her to return to the Hospital of the Clinging in Vidoni 9 to fulfill her promise of healing and apologizes for having to deny her offer the first time. It asks that she send word back regarding her logistical needs, e.g. patient numbers, bed placement, with at least 1 day's notice. It's signed by Varus, Chief Doctor and High Priest of the Clinging, and dated the 23rd of Kythorn.
So that is the first letter you receive. Juliana, how do you, and Win and Artie, how do you all go upon reading that?
Win kind of nods and gives a thumbs up, and then you've done the calculation, so you should be able to tell them pretty quickly what you need, right?
Right.
Juliana, you remember that the hospital has a morgue full of dead sailors?
Oh, right. No. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. I need to tell him to get those bodies out. The ones from, because remember, Antonia said that there were other people that crashed at the same time we did, the same day, and that they had them all in the morgue, and right, I can res them, and it's been how many days? Today's the 26th. We landed on and I think she probably produces her journal. I don't know where she's keeping it right now, but she produces it and starts leafing through and thumbs back a few pages. We crashed on the 18th. It's the 26th. And she does some counting, and then I think goes quiet. 10 days. 10 days I have. And she looks up. Today's the 8th day.
If we get there today, which is a long drive, but if we get there, well, it's 1 day's notice. But if we go, you can still do it.
You think?
Probably.
You think?
And then you can ask them to assemble however many you can do each day.
Oh
You
my
could
God,
probably at least do one. Oh, you know what? Perfect time to win the heart of the people. I
It's
hear
true.
you go for the children first.
But I've wasted so much time the last couple of days.
No,
You haven't
not
wasted time,
wasted.
Jill.
you were busy.
You've been
Fuck.
busy getting your power so you can do this.
I've been busy playing pretty princess.
Don't
yes,
make me get
because
the
you were
Switch.
supposed to, so you could do this.
No, as soon as I got the citizenship thing, I could have just said, fuck the party. I could have just left. I could have just
you
gone
could
right
not
back
have
to the
said the
hospital
fuck the
and
party.
actually
And
started
everything-
doing what I'm supposed to do.
Jill, shut up.
Her mouth clamped shut, like shocked.
If you'd have done that, the noble faction that we need to win the hearts of would be hating all of us right now, and Max would probably be assassinated.
Not to mention, we wouldn't have any materials for you to use to resurrect people.
Correct, because we wouldn't have been able to gather the needed supplies.
So shut your face.
You can't blame yourself for every single problem in the universe. If you keep doing that, you're going to end up hating yourself more, and you can't do that because we love you, and I don't want to hear you talking about my friend like that. Do you understand?
I think her mouth works. Her mouth works. Open and close. And then
When it looks like Jill is about to open her mouth and reply, Lachlan looks insistently at Jill and points at Wynne as to say, what she fucking said, don't contradict her.
And before Jill can actually open her mouth, people are going to die all over the universe. Yes, you could have probably healed some of these people, maybe. But I know that spell, and that spell is if they want to come back, and maybe some of these don't. Some of them have gone on to their gods, wherever their gods have beyond the world, and they're probably very happy. You can't save everybody. You can't give yourself that burden.
Then I have to save as many people as I can. Here's the problem.
No.
Here's the problem.
No.
No, listen to me. Nobody else on this fucking planet can do what I can. Nobody else in this entire city can do anything above a 3rd level spell, which means I'm the only one who can do that, which means I have to do everything I can.
Wrong.
How is that wrong?
It's wrong because, again, you're taking the responsibility for this whole planet onto your shoulders.
Nobody else can do it.
That doesn't mean that you have to do it.
How does it not?
Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you have to.
If I don't, people are going to die.
People die anyways.
People are going to die, Jill. You can't save the universe. I mean, but I know we're currently on a quest to save the universe, but you know what I mean. I mean that you can't save every single soul.
I can't.
That said, we can gather the stuff and go deal things today, tomorrow, and the next day. Do what you can in the moment. Don't fret. Don't blame yourself. Don't hate yourself, because again, that's my friend, and I won't stand for it.
Okay, so what is going on in Jill's head right now is that she is furious. She knows on some level that Wynne is right, that Artie is right. And she is even, and there is a very reasonable part of her that is saying, like, you straight up promised yourself that you would try to believe what your friends tell you about yourself. She made that promise back in the Crystal Palace in the dreamscape. But there's also a part of her that is very, very anxious and irrational. And I think what she does to deal with this conflux is she's going to just straight up leave. She's going to leave the conversation entirely. She's going to ball up the note in her hand, just look furious, stand up, like slamming her hands on the table, and I think she's just going to just leave the room. Because out of anything else, I think probably on some level she needs to cool off, but like I think that's everything that's going through her head right now. She just leaves. She just goes to find somewhere else in this entire estate to be.
Lachlan tries to get up to follow her, winces, and sits back down.
Oh, heartbreaking.
Wynn, meanwhile, glance to the audience, says, "You're good with jewels. Can you find whatever diamonds we have on hand and get them gathered? Max or Sybil, can you get us a, She kind of does some vague gestures in the air and then says, "Carriages, that's the word my brain suddenly can't think of. To get us over there as fast as possible."
Sorry, I was thinking of Wynn doing little air horse, like the carriage.
At my desk, I clutched my hands together and then waggled my hands up and down like I was waggling brains.
You make like a fist with one hand, and that's like the carriage / the carriage rider holding reins, and then the other one just kind of like twinkles along with the middle finger out, like you're a little horse on a table.
Exactly.
So the whole time this was going on, Sybil had gotten up and just retreated to the back of the room very quietly. You almost didn't notice. And she was chatting in hushed tones with servants. And when you take a charge like that, Sybil says, "I've already sent servants to locate where the nearest gem markets are. We could probably go pick up more diamonds on the way."
You're beautiful. Amazing.
She blushes,
Yes.
looks like she doesn't know what to do, gives a crisp salute, and turns and walks away.
Oh my god, she's perfect.
And what I'm going to do now is, if you'll turn your attention to the map, boom, on the map, fancy markets.
Perfect.
That's just what they're called.
Yeah, fancy markets. They're in Kraken Wedge, because this game's ridiculous. They're in Kraken 5.
Which is not to be confused with a Kragen, which is a totally legally distinct space creature.
Nor to be confused with Crackalacken.
Totally different.
Which is when you've run out of white people. Okay, so Sybil says we could probably spend half a day on the gem markets and half the day at the hospital. Is that acceptable?
Sounds perfect to me.
Someone, and just as a note with the letter that she had, someone will need to send a runner to the hospital to give them a heads up.
Indeed. And have you read the second letter as well?
Not
Or
yet.
has Jill stormed out before that could happen?
Well, you handed the letter to the hospital to me first, so...
Yeah, so Wynn's going to have to take this one.
Wynn takes this one. This letter is made on smooth, heavy paper of the highest quality. It is a joy to touch. The stationery is tinted a faint, almost off-white gold, and a skilled artist has painted tiny flowers onto each of the corners, with minuscule gems of different colors glued into the center discs. The envelope is tied close with a broad silver ribbon,
Wibbing.
which is in turn held light with a
A
metallic
wad
golden
silver
seal.
wibbin.
A
Hey,
wad silver
Swombat,
ribbon.
check out my wad silver wibbin.
With its metallic
letter-
golden seal.
The letter is written in an elegant hand in golden ink that perfectly toes the line between beauty and legibility. It requests the presence of Princess Juliana Volkaren at a new moon salon to be held 3 days hence at the Royal Palace on the morning of the 26th of Kython, aka 26th of March. It is signed Her Majesty the Empress... Empress? God, I can't read. I'm so sorry. It is signed Her Majesty the Empress Claudia Volkaren. It is dated the 23rd of Kython, aka today, and stamped with a beautiful geometric signet in gold ink with silver flecks.
Yesterday, technically.
All right, so Jill says it's the 8th day. She's up there curing, healing, and then she can come back to this party. Lachlan? And she pushes that letter over into Lachlan's hands. You get to deliver this news.
Lachlan takes it in his hands, looks at it. He spends one moment thumbing the paper, looking a little blissful, then reading the contents, and his face he goes into like a, ugh. I'll find a time to deal with this. One other thing, I forgot to mention, when Jill got up, Max waited a moment. He held up his hand when Lachlan failed to get up, and he actually follows Jill out as a distance, but we'll resolve that shortly. At this same time, Sybil will probably turn to Arturos and says, Sir Archie, you are an expert in gems, as Wynn said? Is that so?
I'd like to dabble.
Fantastic. I apologize, but we're going to have to ask for your services here.
Well, yeah. You think those two could go to the market with how big this fucking place is and do all the shit that they need to do?
It's why we have experts like you, sir.
Oh, you're too good to me. All right, where do I go?
I think Sybil, who has gotten over her blushing fit, will start arranging transport. She'll get some horses and a cart going and a carriage going from the stables, and will probably get you two to get dressed and get ready to go out, Arturos and Win. Meanwhile, Juliana, where do you go holding this letter?
She doesn't go to her room. She doesn't go anywhere obvious. Is there an attic?
This area would have a flat roof because it was raised out of the ground, and it's probably been converted into like a sitting area on top. There are also benches out the back, but this wouldn't have an attic, no.
Would it have a cellar?
Neither.
So no place to store, like, because it's all stone. There's no soil? Was the soil laid on top?
From what you gather, the city was raised out of stone,
Right.
and soil was either brought in or transmuted later.
Damn, they don't even have, like, basements to store any preserves or anything.
Nope. What are mortal house building parameters?
All right, what's like a place like that though that she could find her way into, like an attic or a cellar or some sort of like storage place that it's not regularly trafficked? Is there like a closet underneath some stairs or something?
I'll say that the best enclosed spaces would probably be a storage area under the stairs.
Okay, then I think she is going to find that and then just sort of like tuck herself in.
All right.
And I think she does probably just sort of like put her knees up to her chest and kind of rock herself a little because she's probably breathing pretty heavily right now.
All right. The closest there'd be to a door for something like that would be a curtain.
Yeah. And probably something that she not purposefully didn't close all the way, but was left ajar just sort of in a haste.
You hear footsteps approaching, and then the sound of someone leaning against the stairs so that their back is to the curtain. You hear Max say, "Responsibilities are kind of a thing, eh?"
What are you doing here?
Hanging out with the one other person who understands?
She leans out the entrance, lifting the curtain up with her forearm and squints dubiously at him.
There's a moment that I had that Antonia's going to have where you realize that suddenly your responsibility has gone from just your life to a whole city. Any room for another responsible person down in our responsibility cave there?
Ugh. Fine.
Jemjammer is performed by Annie Creighton, Anna Emmeline, Rio Rios, and Mackenzie Weaver, and is edited by Jake Mason. Our cover art is by Canary Witch, who can be found at canarywitch.carrd.co, and our character design is by Rio Rios, who can be found at rios.com. Our opening and closing music is by Saad Akhtar Ali. For bonus content, such as Juliana's private diary, behind-the-scenes homebrew stuff, and other features from our other shows, I Will Fight You and Date Me Damn It, our Patreon has it all from only $1 a month at patreon.com/thejemjam. Thank you so very much for listening. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you next time. Let me try something real quick.
No worries.
Far across the distance and spaces between.
Not now, not now.